のでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
Hello everybody, Comrade Kelly here. Welcome to an Age of Civilization 2 mod review. So before we start this mod review, I would like to announce that we've recently just hit 10,000 subscribers. And as of now, I made an announcement video, so I would leave it in the link in the description so you can go check it out. But to summarize it, basically, I'm running a contest right now on my channel banner and my channel intro. So it would be pretty cool if you submit it, and where you can submit that would be in my Discord server. I'll also leave the link in the description. So I'll review it in the future video, so please do participate in it. I would gladly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's just go on with this mod review. So this is an interesting mod because, as you know, I don't really review Age of Civilization 2 mods because you have to go through that file transfer, and I'm really lazy at like doing that. So this mod is unique because it creates a separate APK from your vanilla Age of Civilization 2. So all you have to do is click in the link, download it, install the mod. You should have a separate app. So that's what makes this mod really cool. So let's go to new game right now. Let's check out all the scenario. And as you can see, the texture in this mod has been changed to a more realistic world map. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So as usual, we can start off with the 1440. So you've seen this enough already. Let's move on to the next one. That would be the Sengoku. As usual, you've seen enough of this. Let's move on to the next one. Here's a new scenario, 16000. So this mod, there's authors here who made them. Sorry, where is it? So this mod was made by Galantegio. So there we go. I give him a shout out. Because I don't want to just review mods and like the owner of like this certain singer starts getting mad at me, or like because I didn't give him a shout out or something. So yeah, this is 1600s basically. We got the Ming here. We got Tibetan Empire. So this is what Asia looks like. We got the Mongol Empire here. In Japan, they're about to unify themselves already. How's Australia looking? We got some nations over here, the Kiwis. We got a really powerful Ottoman Empire. Here in Europe, it's still a mess with the Holy Roman Empire. We got France. We got the Austrians. We got Polish-Lithuania. They're looking really big. Here we got the Tsardom of Russia. Sadly, they have the same color, so it's a bit confusing. We got Crimea over here. We got Sweden and Norway and Denmark. So we got the usual nations. We got England, Scotland. So what I noticed in this mod, there's also a lot more nations can form up. So there we go. We got the Iberian Union, so we got the Spanish colony. So here we got the Philippines, which is under Spain, understandable. And I think that's about it for this scenario. Let's move on to the next one. 1701. So this is another one of those new scenario. We got the Spanish Empire as usual. Europe looks about the same, except there's Prussia here now. We got England almost unifying themselves. All they have to do is take Scotland. We got our, as usual, pretty powerful Ottoman. Here we got the Persians. We got the Mughal Empire. We get the Portuguese here. And we got Qing now finally. So Qing has finally appeared in this scenario. We got this nation. I think they didn't code it properly. So let me just check who made this one. This was made by Yaroslav Shekhanovich. So there you go, that's the author of this scenario. In Japan, what do we have? We got the Tokugawa and the Ainu. Here we got the Spanish Empire as usual. Same here with South America and Central America. Let's move on to the next scenario. That would be the American War of Independence. So let's just check who's the author first before we start reviewing this. This was made by Malkev. So we got the Qing here, they fully unified, they even took a bit. They even have like some land they used to own up here in Russia. You got a unified Korea, same with the unified Japan. India doesn't look as unified. We got the Maratha Empire, the Hyderabad, and a bit more other nations. We got the Mughals over here. As usual, we got a really powerful Ottoman Empire. The Austrians have just formed. The French over here. We got Spain and its colonies again. So yeah, we got Louisiana, we got New Spain, and we got 13 colonies. So this is the main feature of this mod. We got the Americans basically fighting against the Brits up here in North Canada. And we got some of their forces here too, so pretty interesting. We got Gran Colombia. We got Peru, we got some names, some nations they forgot to name. Let's move on to the next scenario. Napoleonic Wars, we've seen that. We got the Civil War, we've seen that before. Second Boer War, we've seen that. We get the Austrian-Hungarians, so this is like one of those scenarios. Let's just check who's the author. Muhin and Ivan Skurihin. So those are the authors. You can just play all these Austro-Hungarian states, so just battle royale basically. See who can unify the Austrian-Hungarian Empire again. Let's move on to the next one. First Balkan War is another interesting scenario. I played a bit of it last time. This was made by Kirill Marinyuk. So you can play as the Ottomans, you can also play as the Bulgarians, Romanians, Serbians, Montenegro, Greece, and Austria-Hungary. Let's move on to the next one. World War I. So this is some very popular requested scenario. So this was made also by Kirill. So as you can see, you got the Republic of Chinese over here, Tibet. We got the usual World War I border. We got the German Empire, Austria-Hungary. We got the Baltics down here, Italy, France. So yeah, looks about right. As usual, you're probably very familiar with the World War I already. So let's move on to the next scenario. Sorry, this is a Great Even War. We've seen enough of that already. Kaiserreich. So this is another interesting scenario. So this scenario is based on a Hearts of Iron 4 mod in an alternate scenario where Germany wins World War I. So this is what World War II would look like basically. So you got China here, you got AOG over here. So this is what Asia looks like in Kaiserreich. You got the Fengshan. And let's move on to Russia because they've also dissolved into a lot of tiny states. We got the Don Kubanino, which is basically a nation run by Cossacks. We got the Alash Autonomy. Let's check out what Europe looks like because it's also a mess here. We got the German Empire. We got all its faction mates: Poland, Belarus, and some nation. Ukraine, Hungary. Here we got the Austrian-Hungarians dissolving, but if I remember, they're also in one faction. They even took a bit of Italy here. So we got Austrians, Hungarians, Bohemia, Galicia, Illyria, and some other more. So here in Italy, we got split between the Syndicalists here up north, and we got two Sicilies and the Pope allied together. And we got the remnants of the Entente over here. We got France, I think Canada's where Britain went to. So there we go. This mod was made by who? It was made by IVR17. So that's the author of this one. Let's move on to the next one. That would be World War II Extended. So this was made by Ivan Dolganov. So I think this is a more realistic version. I think. Not sure what's the difference between this. But yeah, we got the usual nations over here. Tanutuva, you could play as that if you want. So yeah, basically just World War II. Let's move on to the next one. 1939. So you can see Germany did all the Anschluss already. They puppeted Slovakia. In Italy, they probably took out Abyssinia or Ethiopia. Some of you guys may have known it. In Asia, I think they start off at war with each other already. And yeah, so who made this scenario? Let's just check. Sorry, Ivan again. So there we go. Thanks. Let's thank Ivan for making a more accurate World War II scenario. Here's another interesting one. That would be another base of like an alternative world again. Man the High Castle. So this is a scenario of Hitler won World War II. As you can see, I don't want to know how you pronounce that. In America, it's also a mess. We got Great American Union, we got the North American Neutral, and we got the Pacific States, basically by Japan. So I think two of these superpowers, they go at war with each other. We got a Chinese-Japanese puppet. And yeah, basically, it's a pretty depressing world. And we also got the Italians here, the new Roman Empire. Pretty interesting. French Mali, and yeah, you can just see all these like former allied nations. And you got the free Indians here, so that's pretty interesting. And yeah, there's gonna be a war between them. But there's also the remnants of the Soviet Union here too. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Let's move on to the next one. That would be the football war. We've seen that already. 1988. This is a Cold War scenario. So let's just check who's the author first before we review this. The author is Galantiego and Kirill. So Cold War scenario. As you can see, we got the People's Republic of China over here. Here we got the Iron Curtain. We got East and West Germany. So we got all these Warsaw Pact nations. Pretty interesting. Here in Africa, looks about right. Same here in America. So let's move on to the next scenario. That would be the Yugoslav Civil War. So this is probably one of the most controversial scenario here, but it's pretty interesting. You can play as the nations here. So this was made by IVR 17. So yeah, you can just choose a nation. There's already alliances in this game. Last time I think I played as the Bosnians. I had to like do a lot of like backstabbing to actually win the whole thing. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting scenario. I would really highly recommend this scenario too. It's pretty small, but then the alliance in this game makes things a bit more complicated. It would be a bit difficult for you guys to win too. But definitely the most powerful factions would be the Serbs and the Montenegrins. So yeah, they're pretty powerful factions here. I think they're also if you play as the Bosnians, you can ally yourself with the Croatians. They're also pretty decently powerful too. Let's move on to the next scenario, the Caucasus. So you can, as usual, similar to the Austro-Hungarians, you can play as the states and try to unify the Caucasus. So this was also made by IVR 17. So there we go. Next one would be Brazil. I think we've seen this before. This was made by Lucas. China. So you can play as Chinese states. So I could play Fujian over here. This was made by Mohin. So you can play, you could just reenact maybe the warlord era. It's probably not like this, but yeah, you can just pretend it was like this. So yeah, all the Chinese nations are, there's no alliances here. But if I play this scenario a bit, Inner Mongolia is pretty powerful. Or I guess they got lucky, but yeah, their industry was pretty disgusting. Here we got Russia. Oh boy, looks like a mess too. This was made by Mohin again, so there we go, another interesting scenario. You can play Moscow, Ivanov. So yeah, we got all these Russian provinces: Tumen, Kyrgyzstan, Omsk, Novosibirsk, Altai. So let's move on to the next scenario. We got Modern World plus. What that means is, if you check right now, there's also random Islamic inspiration. We got the jihads. We got the Haqqani network. We got all these tiny Islamic nations over here. We got the Islamic State, ISIS. I also pretty enjoy this scenario quite a bit. I played as the Kurds last time. We got Al Qaeda in Iraq. We got the Rojavans. We got Turkish forces. Basically, wherever there's terrorist force, you bet there's gonna be nations here. We got the Libyan provinces. We got the National Salvation Government, Libyan government. We got tribe of something. And also in the Philippines, I think there's been an insurrection in Mindanao for quite a while now. We got the Abu Sayyaf, and also we got the Moro Islamic Liberation. So it's pretty interesting. And yeah, basically, if you wanna fight the terrorists, you can play them. You can even play them as the terrorist yourself. So it's up to you. So what's this made by? Let's just check. IBR. So again, it's by him. Let's move on to the next scenario. That would be the Age of Tomorrow. I'm not sure what scenario this is based on, but I think basically, if every single nation in the modern world breaks off. So we got the Russian Empire, we got the Russian National State, the Siberian Republic, Komi. So what this is, I think we have seen this scenario too in the previous Age of Civilization 1. So in China, it's also a mess. We got the Chinese Soviet Republic, Republic of China. So Chiang is back. Chinese state, Manchukuo. We got Beijing, Qing. We got the Qing here, so you can unify China as the Qing again. We got modern PRC, so I'm not sure why there's two communist nations. That's Xinjiang. Here in India, same thing. West India, Chanda, Chola. Yeah, basically it's a mess everywhere. Unlike in Africa, we got this big nation, the Saharan Republic. Same with Liberia, they're looking really thick here. New Ethiopian Empire, I'm not sure what's up with that. Union of South Africa. Oh boy, in Australians, the emus are back for revenge. And as you can see in America right now, hold on a second, America, yeah, all the states have broke off-ish. Same with Mexico. We get the Aztec Empire back now. So yeah, there's a lot of hidden things you can find in this mod I probably won't cover here. So this was made by Ivan. Let's move on to the next one. Age of Grand Nation. Who was this made by? Let's just check right now. So this mod was made by Anonymous, so pretty interesting. I guess the author doesn't want to know, to let you guys know. We got the France, you got the United Kingdom, Spain, Holy Roman Empire, Rome, Ottoman Empire, the Russian Republic, Dacia, Polish Lithuanian, we got the Swedish Empire. Here we got Ming and the Mongol Empire. You got the Persians here. You got United India and Japan. That's about it, I think. So let's move on to the next scenario. The Warring State period, so we've seen that before. Ancient Greece, we've seen that before, I think. I'm not sure. 5, we've seen that before. That's the one with Han. 100, so this is a new scenario, I think. So this was made by Nikita Arkanov. So we got Han over here. We got the Xiang, whatever this name is, Xiangbu. I don't think they finished naming this nation. Here we got the Roman Empire, I think, at its height. So there we go. We got the Germanic states over here. So yeah, I think this scenario's basically main feature is Rome. Who would have guessed? We got Persia over here. And India. So let's move on to the next scenario. 3 Kingdom, we've seen enough of that already. Byzantine Sasanian War, I think that's also in the vanilla one. This one is new, so who was this made by? Oh, Lucas Jakowski. It's not as new as I thought. But yeah, here are the scenarios. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this. Actually, I probably did and just forgot about it. So yeah, there we go. This really looks new to me. I'm not sure if this was actually in the game, but yeah, there we go. I guess I just have to feature it a bit. Let's move on to the next one. The Time of Collapse. So this is a new scenario. This was made by Ivan again. I'm not sure what this is based on, but it's based somewhere in Russia. Novrogon. So I'm not sure what year it says here. It's based on 1237. Not too sure how accurate that is, but yeah, there's a scenario here. Time of collapse. Let's move on to the next one, or is that the last one? Yep, that's the last one. So thank you guys for watching this mod review. I hope there's more mods like this coming out in the future, and there's probably gonna be updates in this mod I'll cover daily. Not daily, sorry, like often. And I think that's about it for this mod. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!